the lady I called the B word during the debate is getting slammed, and rightfully so. Now, should I have done that on live air? Probably not, but I didn't have a better word at the time, and I was a little frustrated. So Margaret Brennan and Miss O'Donnell, not Rosie. Y'all remember that Donald Trump clip where Megyn Kelly was like, why are you calling women fat? And he goes, just Rosie O'Donnell. It's so good. Anyways, Miss O'Donnell here slammed over the debate. Now, you remember how they were fact-checking J.D. Vance, but they don't want to fact-check Tim Walz, right? Not saying they didn't have their jabs. They did. They called him out on his lies. But Donald Trump Jr. comes out and says, of course the fake news hacks at CBS are only fact-checking J.D. Vance, even after they publicly promised they wouldn't engage in the BS fact checks. And that's why Donald Trump's not going on these interviews. He was offered an interview with 60 Minutes, I believe, and he declined it. And he said, well, you guys deserve to give me an apology. Like, I want an apology from your station and those anchors for what they did, because it was completely biased. Second question, CBS moderator Norah O'Donnell makes the tragedy of Western North Carolina and Appalachia about climate change, said Fox Business host Dagan McDowell. Gone a gal and grotesque. Yes. Here's another one. I can't understand, said Mark Halpern of CBS News, bias towards Tim Walz in his debate with J.D. Vance. Moderators Norah O'Donnell and Margaret Brennan were just completely one-sided. Correct. I mean, everybody saw it, right? Other than Democrats. There's people out there, you guys, there's polls that the legacy media, I'm using that specifically, legacy media is coming out, saying that it was close. In some cases, they're saying that Tim Walz won. I mean, if you look on the internet, it's astonishing. Like, were we watching the same debate? And you know me, right? I'm honest with you guys. I was like, I think Donald Trump lost the other one. I think he could have done better. You know what I mean? Like, at least I'm honest. I'll say when my guy loses. I mean, that's fair, right? At least you know you're getting an honest opinion from me. I'm not just sitting there one-sided because I love Trump. I thought J.D. Vance wiped the floor with Tim Walz. I really did, hand to God. Tim Walz sucked. I thought he did a little bit better than I thought he would, Tim, but the guy sucked. Right? You know, he looked like Elmer Fudd. Oh, then several smugness from Margaret Brennan and Norah O'Donnell begs the question, can we get local reporters from swing states to moderate these debates? I agreed with Dan Bongino's take. I don't think we should allow legacy media to even cover these leftist media sites. I don't think we should allow them to cover another debate for the history of the inception of this country. I think it should be somebody else, like maybe local debates, or have somebody from both sides, have like a Sean Hannity and like a Rachel Maddow next to each other. And then have them, you know, Rachel Maddow will go towards J.D. Vance, and then Sean Hannity will go towards Tim Walz, and just hash it out that way. Bring it all out. Bring out the big guns. CBS breaks its promise not to fact check. Well, of course they do. They break promises all the time. They're part of the Democrat side of the aisle. They break promises all the time. Not just promises, but lies. Now, the big gaffe was, this is still going viral, you guys. Walz explains friends with shooters gaffe. So, like I mentioned yesterday, I wasn't sure if he actually said it live when I was watching it all with you. I wasn't sure. But showing the tape yesterday, the guy said he was friends with shooters. So the media comes out yesterday and they question the guy on it. Now, do you think it's going to be a good response? Do you think it's going to be better than his response about him in China and Tiananmen Square?
Do you want to clarify the comments that you made about school shooters?
Yeah, and look, you got to see me. These folks know.
Yeah, well, shit.
About school shooters.
Yeah, and look, you got to see me. These folks know me. I'm super passionate about this. The question come up about school shooting, we're talking about everything except school shootings. And I sat as a member of Congress with the Sandy Hook parents, and it was a profound movement. David Hogg is a good friend of mine. You have seen me do this. I was talking about being people where there are school shooters, and I need to be more specific on that, but I am passionate about this. This one, for my wife and I, is just, as teachers, as parents, is so personal.
Do you want to clarify the comments?
I don't. Okay. Stop. Slow down. There's a lot happening there. Jesus, a lot of stuff I didn't see. Yeah, what a moron. Exactly. You said it perfectly. What? Yeah. Shaver, can we give you a highlight? Yes, moron. But it was just funny that I don't remember seeing this guy creep in, right? On the back end there, like, woo-doo-doo-doo-doo, ba-ba-da-da-da, right? Right. Look at him. I don't know why I find that so funny. Said absolutely nothing. Well, I'm passionate about the issue. What the hell does that have to do with you saying that you're friends with the school shooter? I still have no idea what he could have meant by it. I really don't. If you guys know, like, try to just take a step back, right? Remove your bias. The fact that you don't like Tim or Harris or the Democrat Party, I get that. Does anybody have a rational explanation as to why he said that he was friends with a school shooter? Like, what could he have meant? And I really do mean that, guys. I'm asking you because I don't know. I've thought about it for a couple days now. I don't know what he could have meant. It was a gaffe, clearly. But what was he trying to say? All he needed to say there was, yeah, I completely screwed up. You know, my mind was going a million miles a minute. And I said something that obviously didn't make sense. That was stupid. And I apologize for it. It didn't make sense. That's all you had to say. Go on. Like, okay, shit. Well, we all make mistakes, especially on a debate stage. It's kind of scary. I mean, millions of people watching you. Well, like I said, folks, millions of people were watching. And some of those millions of people think that not just Tim Walsh won, but even some of the leftist media did come out and think that JD Vance won as well. It's still astonishing, though, that there was some out there that thought Tim Walsh won. So following the vice presidential debate on Tuesday night, many of the legacy media were forced to admit Republican VP candidate JD Vance won. So let's get into a little bit of what the media is saying. Let's get into a little bit of what everybody's saying, not just from the legacy media, not just from the Harris Walsh spokesmen, women. You can't call them. I say spokespeople now because, you know, you don't know if they're a man or woman anymore. And then they call you a bigot if you misgender them. And then we'll also hear from the Trump team. We got a lot of clips ahead of us, folks. Here's a clip from one of the legacy media, specifically ABC, and they're kind of in the doghouse right now, talking about the debate.
You know, but first, David, I got to say, I think that Walls did seem unsteady. And frankly, what I saw in Walls is somebody who has not faced questions on a national stage since he became the Democratic nominee. He was simply out of practice. I mean, I don't know why they've done it, but they've kept him out of the limelight. They've kept him away from reporters. They haven't had him do any interviews. And he was clearly unsteady through much of that debate. And in contrast, J.D. Vance was very smooth. He took the arguments not to Walls. He was very respectful of Walls, took it to Kamala Harris.
Absolutely correct. I got no qualms with that, even if it's coming from ABC. Like, no issues with that whatsoever. We'll have more clips in just one moment, but folks, they're panicking. Democrats are panicking. If the media's coming out, like ABC, we'll also see CNN, CBS, all these media companies are coming out going, yeah, he won. Granted, there are those that are saying Tim Walsh won. Most of them are saying this, and they're freaking out. They don't know what to do. And Democrats are panicking, folks. They're panicking because Vance was so likable. That's why they don't like the guy. He's great. Vance is great. People love him. He's doing a phenomenal job. Hey, I was unsure about the guy. I'm all in on JD Vance now. Democrats were panicked on how likable Senator JD Vance is of Ohio came off during the presidential debate. So here's the Meet the Press. Check this out.
And so I was getting texts from Democrats, panicked, quite frankly, who were saying, wow, he's really moderating himself on a lot of these issues. He's the most likable he has ever been.
Where did we hear that before? I was getting texts from Democrats that were freaking out. When Donald Trump punched through Joe Biden's corpse and uppercutted the Democrat Party. Remember how they were all the reporters, right, of legacy media were getting texts freaking out. What's wrong with Joe? His brain not working. Brain not working. What do? We got to sit there and have a coup on this guy. Well, it's too late to have a coup on Kamala Harris because we're only about 4 weeks out from, hell, the election has started. People already started voting. Well, check this out. We got more stuff here from the legacy media. Here's CBS News.
You know, Tim Walsh, who I've known for almost 20 years now, was definitely Minnesota nice last night.
It was a little wobbly in the beginning, though, Jamie. Were you worried?
But you know, listen, on any debate stage like that, when you get on for the first time, you can have the butterfly.
Shrug it off. Just butterflies, you guys. Where will you be when diarrhea strikes? Yep. Can we just replace? I told you, it's as if Joe Biden was in the beaches of Delaware and somehow got caught in a riptide and was just absorbing all the water and became bloated. That's what you get. That's what you get when you're Democrat. So he deflects here again. Here's the DNC chairman, Jamie Harrison, deflecting once again.
Came in. He was the most liked candidate, arguably, on any ticket, most favorable. Do you think he stuck the landing on that?
Well, listen, when looking at the Google Trends last night, they weren't looking at who was smoother on the debate stage. They were looking at abortion. It was the #1 search topic. Every state, all 50 states, #1 search topic.
Tim Walz came in.
Now, if you recall, for those that were live with us during the debate, I highlighted the aspect of, I liked the way that J.D. Vance handled that abortion argument. I thought it was perfect. He wasn't over the top. He wasn't hysterical about it. He was very, in my opinion, able to connect, I think, with a lot of people that might be wish-washy on abortion, or they're not really sure where they stand, or they want some sort of limits or no limit, whatever. It doesn't matter. Is that the way he just handled himself, I thought was really well. And we need that, because in the back of their mind, they're so consumed by Donald Trump, right? They have Trump derangement syndrome that they don't listen to Donald Trump. But with J.D. Vance, it's a new guy. It's a new look. He's likable. He was calm. And he just talked to them like they're average Joe Americans, just like you and I. Didn't treat us disrespectfully like we saw from Joe Biden, right? Yelling at us. You're a threat to democracy, you bigots, you freaking psychos, right? You're weird. Oh, no. J.D. Vance just talked to us. He talked to the American people into the camera, told us he's there for us. He wants a better life for us. Whereas Tim Walz, here's money. Here's money. Just solve it. Well, here's CNN. Here's CNN. I mean, can you imagine CNN having to freaking bite their tongue here? Look at this.
What I think isn't as relevant as what I was hearing from Democrats who were kind of doing it, whatever you do to cringe over a text. They were not thrilled about that answer.
It was very cringy. I mean, and he should have known that it was coming.
I think that was about the Tiananmen Square one about him lying. That was a terrible answer. I mean, we were laughing our asses off during the live debate, folks. We were laughing at that answer. Hey, yeah, there you go, Lulu. I agree. JD was beyond phenomenal. He did a fantastic job during the debate. Fantastic job. Schaefer says, and Schaefer, am I saying your name right? Let me know. He's a terrible governor. He changed our state flag without giving we the people a choice. Garbage person. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's do this. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. I got you covered. This is what we do in real time, baby. This is what we do in real time. Yeah, y'all remember this? Yeah. That's Tim Walz's place. Yep. Yep. Y'all remember that? Mostly peaceful, though, I was told. Yeah, it's a mostly peaceful protest. We talk about it in my book, Trojan Horse, How the Left is Destroying America. Might as well plug it. Yep. Don't worry, though. Walz will take good care of you guys. Real good care of you.
It's the audacity. I agree with you that we're in year 9 and no one knows how to cover the audacity. Mm-hmm. The audacity is it someone should have said, stop it, stop. Are you effing kidding me? And they should have dropped that F-bomb, right? I mean, they should have just, this is the debate. This may be the only chance people have to see the difference.
I showed this clip yesterday, but it's too good not to show it again. This is MSNBC. I'm showing you all outlets, right? We showed MSNBC, CNN, CBS, ABC, Fox. I mean, folks, I'm giving you a good sample from everywhere, right? To make sure that we're not biased. To make sure that we're covering him. Look at this lady, dude. She's so mad. Her Trump derangement syndrome so bad that she had to shave her head like me. Here's News Nation with Geraldo Rivera. I can't believe that guy's still on TV. He's not exactly the biggest supporter of Donald Trump, but here we go.
No doubt, in my mind, however Governor Walz did in terms of sincerity, that Vance won this debate.
Does Governor Walz have a problem with the truth? No.
They were talking, at one point, Vance wanted to correct something about how Haitians got into this country. And he was right, and the moderators wouldn't let him correct it. It's very interesting.
But at the beginning, the two issues driving the campaign right now are Harris has a big deficit on the economy, Harris has a big deficit on immigration, and Republicans were happy tonight and Democrats a little bit nervous that on those two issues, Vance carried it.
J.D. Vance is much more experienced at this, at public speaking, at defending himself, at pivoting.
It's the audacity. I agree with you that we're in year 9 and no one knows how to cover the audacity. The audacity is it someone should have said, stop it, stop. Are you effing kidding me? And they should have dropped that F-bomb, right?
This is the third time. It's almost like it gets better every time we watch it. Is it just me? Am I just enjoying this clip too much?
I mean, they should have just, this is a debate. This may be the only chance people have to see the difference.
Yeah. Oh, it never gets old.